Hi, my name is Erica, and I'm coming to you today mostly to talk about SNAP benefits, but also to talk about what you can do to maybe help improve someone's life that is on SNAP benefits, and maybe to understand why people are on them. And yes, I will start with a disclaimer. There are far too many people on SNAP and welfare and government assistance who are milking it, using it for everything they've got, trying not to work, trying not to have a job. Hopefully, with the changes in the bills and the changes they're making in the program, that will be worked out. However, there is a crazy amount of people on SNAP because they work their asses off, excuse my French, and they still do not make enough money to pay rent, which is crazy expensive for a lot of people. Cannot afford their house payment and groceries, which we all know what has had done to the housing market. Pay their utilities. You add rent and utilities, or you add a mortgage and utilities, and that is a lot of money. And 3, 4, I'm not sure where I'm on. And you add in any day-to-day expenses like daycare and whatnot. Granted, there are states, I know in Iowa we do, I think they do in other states, have child care systems that will help people who are working. Last I knew, you did have to prove you were working to get those benefits to help pay for daycare, but it doesn't pay for all of daycare. It just pays for a portion. So, the problem is for people that are on there that they do have jobs, but very few jobs. I shouldn't say very few. There is many jobs out there that don't pay a living wage or barely pay a living wage. And yes, I know some of you like go to college, get an education, learn a trade, make better money. I hate to say this, but a lot of places you start out at the bottom. I started out as a secretary / bookkeeper / kind of insurance compliance when I started at the current place I'm working at. I started out at $10 an hour, and back in 2007. That was not a living wage. I'm sorry, it wasn't. And some of you are like, well, don't have pop-out babies if you can't afford them. Well, I hate to tell you this, but I was married for 11 years when I had those babies, during the time I had those babies, fully intending on staying married. But my then husband had other ideas, and maybe I'll get into that story later. I don't know. It really doesn't go along with this channel. So you understand that people don't necessarily make the money they need to raise a family. And then you're going to say, well, if there's 2 parents in the home, a lot of families have 2 parents in the home on SNAP. The mom is home raising the kids because they can't afford daycare. The mom doesn't make enough money to even cover daycare. Been there, done that. There's a variety of things. And most of these people are in really tough positions. It's not that they're wasting money. It's not that they're going out to eat 5 nights a week. It's not that they have to have the fanciest, newest car. There's honest to gosh Americans on this program who are just trying to figure out how they feed their families this next week. That's just the reality of the situation. I know it's easier to look at the people that are abusing it and say there shouldn't be any because people are abusing it. They're putting in these guidelines of having to work 20 hours a week so they can really put a clamp on the people that are abusing it. Right there and there. That needed to happen. That needed to happen a while ago. It should have always been a requirement, but various administrations and whatnot have relaxed rules. They have made it more widely available, and it has just become a problem when it was meant to be a program to help. So, what can you do now? What can you do to help people? Advocate for living wages. If you're in a church, look at your congregation. What can you do to help out your people? Your church is supposed to be a community who's supposed to be helping take care of their own. Do you have people in your church? Do you have people in your community who need help? Are you regularly donating money or goods to the food pantries? Are you helping your neighbors out with groceries? Do you have a garden? Are you giving away produce? There is so many ways you can help. But yet we have all been brought up to, take care of ourselves. Don't, we've become a society of all about, you, me. We aren't going to take care, we have our own problems. We won't want to take care of anybody. It's time to become a community again. Look at the people in your community. Look at the people that need help. Is there a mom who needs a job? She's been looking and no one wants to hire her. Do you have a business that could help her get on her feet? Is there a mom that can't work because she can't find daycare? Is there somebody who could take a couple of kids, help get kids to preschool? It's the variety of little things that help make the big things happen. And I know there's a lot of people who have a really negative attitude towards food assistance. But truly, it is a program there to help the people who need it. And that's what we need to get back to. And it's always a few bad apples that ruin it for everybody. But it's also the loss of community, the loss of, the loss of the neighborly attitude, the loss of treating others like you would want to be treated. The golden rule, it still matters. So do what you need to do, but walk a mile in somebody's shoes and you'll understand what they've gone through. So what can you do to help others? It's not hard, but it takes time and it takes effort. I know myself, I am going to go buy groceries and donate them to the food pantry. It's a time of year where people struggle even more anyway. So let me know what you're going to do to help. Thanks.